Are you absolutely exhausted by the endless, agonizing wait for the Montreal Canadiens to finally land that elusive second-line center? Does the constant chatter, the whispers, the hopeful speculation about who will slot in behind Nick Suzuki feel like a broken record, playing on repeat in your mind? Because let me tell you, if you're like me, a true Habs faithful, you're not just ready for a solution. You're desperate for one. And today, we're diving headfirst into a trade proposal so audacious, so impactful, it could finally silence that deafening discussion and reshape the very core of our beloved Canadiens. General Manager Kent Hughes has made it abundantly clear. He wants to make waves. He's not content to sit idly by while other teams make splashy moves. He admitted his disappointment with how quiet the NHL summer has been, even after managing to pull off some intriguing acquisitions like defenseman Noah Dobson and promising young forward Zach Bolduc. But for all the shrewd maneuvering, one glaring hole has remained, a persistent ache in the heart of the Canadiens lineup, the second-line center. They've scouted, they've deliberated, they've done their due diligence, but so far, nothing has materialized. The pursuit has been relentless, the effort undeniable, but the ultimate prize has remained just out of reach. However, the silence, the waiting, the frustration, it might just be the calm before a monumental storm. Because while the Habs haven't yet found their man, we should never, ever expect Kent Hughes to back down from the chase. He's a general manager who operates with a clear vision and an aggressive mindset. And that's where Dave Benson of Heavy Sports steps in, igniting a firestorm of speculation with a trade proposal that isn't just big, it's game-changing. Benson has put forth a blockbuster deal that would see our Montreal Canadiens finally acquire the star center they've been craving, Bo Horvat from the New York Islanders. Now, let's break down the sheer magnitude of this proposed swap, because it involves significant pieces from both sides. In this scenario, the Montreal Canadiens would receive Bo Horvat, a proven leader and consistent offensive threat. But to acquire a player of Horvat's caliber, you have to give up something substantial. The Islanders, in turn, would receive a package centered around Kirby Dach, along with Joe Veleno, a promising offensive prospect. And here's where it gets interesting, with options like Joshua Roy, Owen Beck, or Oliver Kapanen on the table, plus a 2026 second-round draft pick. Think about that for a moment. For the Canadiens, this isn't just a trade, it's a declaration. It's the definitive answer to that deafening discussion about who will anchor the second line. Bo Horvat, at 30 years old, is a player who brings a wealth of experience, a consistent scoring touch, and the kind of leadership that can elevate an entire locker room. He's been a reliable producer throughout his impressive 12-plus season career. And the thought of him slotting in right behind Nick Suzuki on Montreal's depth chart is enough to make any Habs fan's heart pound with anticipation. Imagine the offensive punch, the defensive responsibility, the veteran presence he would bring to a relatively young and developing Canadian squad. This isn't just filling a hole, it's upgrading it with a player who can immediately impact the team's fortunes. But every massive trade has two sides, and the implications for the New York Islanders are equally profound. This proposal, as outlined by Benson, isn't just about shuffling pieces. It's about signaling a dramatic shift in direction for the Long Island franchise. It reinforces a commitment of their new general manager, Matthew Darche, to a full-scale rebuild. Darche, who took the reins in May after Lou Lamoriello's departure, has already made significant strides in reshaping the Islanders' future. They struck gold in the draft lottery, securing the first overall pick and selecting Matthew Schaefer, and then parlayed Noah Dobson into Montreal for 2 more first-round selections. This proposed trade for Horvat will provide another colossal boost to their new vision, injecting their prospect pool with high-end talent and valuable draft capital, accelerating their reconstruction efforts in a truly significant way. It's also worth noting the contract situations involved. Bo Horvat still has 6 years remaining on the formidable 8-year, $68 million extension he inked with the Islanders after his trade from Vancouver in 2023. This is a long-term commitment, a player locked in for the foreseeable future. On the Canadian side, Kirby Dach, at just 24 years old, is entering the final season of his 4-year, $13.45 million contract, signed with Montreal in 2022. This difference in contract length and value is a crucial element in understanding the motivations behind such a trade for both clubs. For the Islanders, shedding Horvat's long-term deal and acquiring a younger, more cost-controlled asset in Doc, along with prospects and a pick, aligns perfectly with rebuilding strategy. For the Canadiens, it's a bold move to solidify their top six for years to come, accepting the long-term financial commitment for a proven commodity. However, as thrilling as this concept is, we must temper our excitement with a dose of reality. The question isn't just whether the Canadiens want Bo Horvat. It's about the current direction in Long Island. While Darche has certainly increased their prospect group and made moves to acquire future assets, there have also been strong indications that the Islanders are reluctant to move their core veteran players. Speculation surrounding players like Horvat and Matt Barzal was quickly shut down by the organization. It's improbable that Horvat will be dealt anytime soon, as the article suggests. Yet, this doesn't mean the door is entirely closed. The NHL is a league of constant flux, and circumstances can change rapidly. The crucial caveat here is, if the Islanders are on the outside looking in and selling at next year's deadline, teams will certainly be calling, and the Canadiens will be one of the first to do so. This adds a layer of strategic patience to the equation. It means that while a summer blockbuster might be unlikely, the groundwork for a future deal could be laid. Kent Hughes, ever the opportunist, would undoubtedly be monitoring the situation closely, ready to pounce if the Islanders season takes a downer and they decide to become sellers. The pursuit of a second-line center, it seems, is a marathon, not a sprint, but the finish line might just involve a player Horvat's caliber. The thought of Bo Horvat in a Canadiens jersey, lining up between dynamic wingers, brings a palpable sense of excitement. His two-way game, his face-off prowess, his ability to produce in crucial moments, these are all qualities that would instantly elevate the Habs. But the cost is significant. Losing Kirby Dach, a player with immense potential who has shown flashes of brilliance despite injury setbacks, would be a tough pill to swallow. Joe Veleno, a solid, versatile forward, and a top prospect like Roy, Beck, or Kapanen represent pieces of the Canadiens' future. This isn't just a trade. It's a reevaluation of the team's present and future assets, a calculated risk that Kent Hughes would have to weigh meticulously. It underscores Hughes' aggressive nature, his willingness to make bold moves to push the Canadiens forward, even if it means parting with promising young talent. So, where does this leave us, the passionate fans of the Montreal Canadiens? We're left with a tantalizing vision, a blueprint for how our team could finally address its most pressing need. It's a reminder that even in the quietest of off-seasons, the gears of the NHL trade machine are always turning, and ambitious general managers like Kent Hughes are always looking for that next big move. This proposed trade for Bo Horvat isn't just a rumor. It's a powerful statement about the Canadiens' aspirations, a testament to their relentless pursuit of greatness. It's a chess match played on ice, and Kent Hughes is clearly ready to make his next bold move. What do you think about this potential blockbuster trade? Habs fans, does the idea of Bo Horvat in a Canadiens uniform excite you, or do you worry about the assets we'd have to give up? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Canadiens trade landscape, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive Habs content. Your engagement fuels our passion, and we love hearing from you.